Hey everybody, this is Andy here from We're All Around Gaming, coming at you with a new part of my Majora Sunshine LP. So I have a question. You see that island way out there? How does that tree keep sustaining life if there's no sunlight? Oh, Nintendo logic. And it's a palm tree too, so it needs to have light. Lots of it. Nintendo logic for the win. And we have to go back to the lighthouse for Gelato Beach, and the shadow penis is still there. It's not going anywhere. You don't need to worry about it. It's always gonna be there. So this is episode 4 of Gelato Beach, called The Sandbird is Born. Ooh. I just thought of one of my favorite LPers, how he says, he goes, "The legendary Sandbird." If you know who he is, leave a comment. He's a beast. I love him. I don't know why everybody loves him. I just love his puns. They're great. He's probably one of the biggest reasons I started doing LPs, was because of, well, I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna let the fans guess it. But he's basically the name when you think of LPs. So here's what you gotta do to get to the legendary Sandbird. You have to go down this hill here, jump on this trampoline that's not really a trampoline, and go into that hole. Go into that hole. Yeah. So this is the legendary Sandbird, and there's red coins on him. And Flood has a message. He says, "The legendary Sandbird, it's climbing around the tower. Watch your feet." That's not how Flood sounds. That's just the voice that I decided to give him because I don't know how he sounds. Well, I know how he sounds. It's just really hard to imitate. So basically, it's straightforward. There's 7 red coins on the bird. You have to jump for a few. I recommend pressing down on the C-stick all the way so you get a bird's eye view. It's just... And do not get any blue coins if you're playing along with me. We will do that later. So, in order to turn, the bird has to flip 90 degrees. And to stay on, you have to go onto his neck or his tail. And at the bottom of the bird, it kind of looks like a Hershey's chocolate bar. That's what I've always thought of it as. I don't know, but the mechanics in the physics for getting on the bird's neck and getting off are just horrible. It's like there's a gravity sucking you to it. I don't know, it's just weird. So the last red coin is actually on one of the towers, the big one in the middle, and whenever I see this tower, it reminds me of Super Mario 64, when you look up at the sun at the entrance of the castle and you fly around. I always had so much trouble with that level. So here's the last red coin, and I get it, and there's the shine sprite. So that's a quick end to this one. Not! Look at that! Look at that! So I take the fall of shame all the way down, and I just stand there and think about what I do. So I'm just gonna cut over to when I get up there in a second. Any minute now. Any minute now. Any minute now. So I finally get back up there. I died a couple times. I don't know why, because the second lap that he goes around is he like turns 2 times, and I was unaware of this. So that's shine sprite number 20. So that means we are 1/6 through the game. We are just getting through. So, as you can see, the sunlight gets a little bit more each shine. I'm not going to compare them, but I don't know. So this is episode 5 called Piantissimo Sand Sprint. And if you're a Legend of Zelda fan, like me, I'm a big one, then you are going to like Piantissimo. He's Italian, like most things in this game, because they add Issimo to the end of everything. So, as you can see, he has that triangle chin like the Running Man from Majora's Mask, except his skin is darker. I don't know, I'd never noticed that until I read the wiki page for Piantissimo. The wiki pages are really interesting. I like reading the trivia at the bottom. So, I bump into him at the beginning, which sucks, but seriously, if you lose to him, you suck. You need to find a new hobby. And it's not really that hard to get up there, because here's a little trick. You can actually fly up the hill. You can hover up it. Just don't fall, or else you'll slip. And I got a time of 20 seconds, 79. I could have done a lot better if I didn't bump into him. I bet you I could get like 15 if I really tried. So, see if you can beat my time right now. Maybe I'll come back and try to get 15 seconds if this video ever gets popular. So we have to wait 35 seconds for him to get up here. So, here he is. And I skipped through the dialogue because it's not really that dumb. It's really dumb. And here's Shine Sprite number 21. I got it in about 45 seconds, I believe. Now here's a fair warning. The next level is really, really boring. It's my least favorite level in the whole game. Out of any of them. And if you've ever played Mario Sunshine, you probably know what it is. Wait for it. Red coins in the coral reef. Oh, the name alone just makes it sound horrible. I was thinking while I was recording the gameplay, what am I gonna talk about during this? So the object of this is to swim over to the right, or left, excuse me, and to the coral reef, swim out into the ocean, or whatever it is, lake, I don't know, I'll have to check. And there is 8 red coins around the reef. It can be found, sometimes it can be found in a school of fishies. And sometimes it can be found in the depths of the coral, like this one. Let me just tell you, it is boring. Muy aburrido. Aburrido means boring in Spanish. See, that's another thing, another Spanish word. I feel like Dora right now, teaching everybody Spanish. I taught you guys how to say 16 in the last episode, I think. So, sometimes the red coins are a little difficult to find sometimes, but a little trick is you can press down on the C stick and it will give you a bird's eye view. It will zoom out and it makes it a lot easier. Most of them are hidden in the depths of the coral, so if you swim around, you'll just eventually find them. I remember one time, I think I've spent like 10 minutes. I could not find one of the red coins one time. But I eventually found it in my last playthrough. And I just walked right by a red coin. I can't believe I missed that. That was weird. It's just like when I'm playing, I saw this school of fish. And I was like, I'm going to go get that red coin. That red coin's mine. It's just a fair warning. There was some recording issues. Like, I used the Easy Cap capture card. And if you even touch it, it falls out. And I can't believe I just passed another red coin. So my toe touched it a couple times. And it messed up the recording. And I was so afraid I was going to lose a file. Because I recorded for like 40 minutes today. And I was afraid I was going to lose it all. So far I've passed 2 red coins on accident. Because I was too busy looking at the center of the screen. You have to be aware of your surroundings. Like if you've ever drove a car before, then you understand what I'm talking about. You can't just like look in the center, or else you're gonna run over some kid, and then you will never see a penny of your paycheck again. Yeah, we could talk about lawsuits all day long. Sometimes there's some funny lawsuits that I've seen. Like I like to watch Judge Judy sometimes, and I love when people go on there because they're just looking for money. Or like when they sue their friend just for money because they care more about money than their friend. I mean, like, money, I know it makes the world go around, but still, like, I think there should be more efficient ways of money, because people are like killing each other over money and stuff, and people are fretting over money, they're getting stressed out over money. I don't know. So this is episode 7 called It's Shadow Mario! After him! Yeah, I like the creative titles. So this is where the capture card messed up. My toe actually barely nipped it. It nipped it. Ugh. So if you notice that there's an audio problem in like the first part of this video, there probably is, because one of my splitters I don't think was in all the way, so it made me mess up. And I heard a weird like crackling noise over there, and I've never seen that before, so I went over to investigate it, but I couldn't get it to do it again. So basically, the Shadow Mario in this level, he just runs around in circles. He doesn't really leave this part a lot. So I'm looking for him here, and he moves, and it gives away a spot. Like, if he didn't move, I probably would have found him. Look, he's just running in circles, and, like, I don't know why. Like, can't they be, like, more original? There's a lot of room to run around in the beach. Sorry, my voice just cracked. That hasn't happened a lot. It happens, like, once a week. I think I'm pretty much done with in the voice department of that stuff. I remember back when I used to record Pokemon battles, like when I first started in like 2010, I had a high voice, but I didn't want to accept that I had a high voice. So I used to try to make my voice lower. I'd talk like this, like this. But it didn't sound like me. But now, I guess my voice just got deeper one day. I don't really remember when. I remember around 8th grade, it just started cracking like every single, probably once a sentence it would crack. No, probably like once every 10 minutes it would crack. It'd be like, hey, everybody. So this is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And as always, deuces.